I'm out here. I got my hoodie on, my hat on, my hair look a mess. But I wanted to share something with you guys. I had this great epiphany. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say that this is for the chosen, but I don't think that it's just for chosen ones. I think it's for everybody. Everybody who deal with trauma. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are going to critique this video and say, you know, this or that. A lot of people don't believe in God. A lot of people don't believe in the opposite, demonic forces and etc., etc. But let me paint you a picture of how those dark forces, especially when you have purpose over your life and you're meant to do great things. Believe it or not, whether you believe in dark forces, demonic things or not, they believe in you. And they will stagnate you at every interval of your life to keep you off your path. Follow me. I'm going to use myself as a test subject because something makes so much sense. Since I was a child, I'm talking a little child, I was always the type of person that could see spirits, see those that have passed. My mom was that way too. You know, it was kind of like a running joke. I think my sister and my brothers also, but as we got older, some of us lost it. I guess because we were being condemned by saying it was weird and, you know, just weird things people would say. But that's not the point I'm making. When I was a toddler, I'm trying to, I don't have that much memory on my phone, but I'm going to try to give you a brief step-by-step point to what I'm saying. When I was first born, I came early. In most occasions, at the time frame when I came, most babies don't make it, especially when they're underdeveloped. When a woman's water, especially, I was born in the 80s, especially then, they didn't have all of the technology we have now. I was never meant to survive. From that first moment, the devil have been after me. And this is because of the purpose on my life. Now follow me. When I was a toddler, in the country where I lived at, you know, it's common practice that country people would gather their trash in the yard and set it on fire. This is how they dispose of waste in the country. Now, my grandma at the time, she was a gun person. Most country people are gun people. But she had lost track of 357 shells, live rounds. And they were in that fire. And I'm just a little thing. I'm a toddler. I had got one of the bullets dispelled and hit me in my face. I should not have lived from that. But I did. Several occasions, I have been in several car accidents, vehicle accidents. I have been in commercial vehicle accidents. I have been a victim of domestic violence to where, you know, when a person passes on, the telltale signs normally of them losing their bowels. They either defecate on themselves or urinate on themselves because they're losing their bowels. That normally happens when you passing over. Just look it up. That has happened to me in the course of a domestic violence instance where I blacked out. But I didn't really black out. I was gone. Because I had lost my bowels. But there's been several attempts after that, you know. I also, unfortunately, lost a child at the same amount of months my mom was when she went into labor with me. Unfortunately, my son didn't make it. Same issues. He was underdeveloped. He was too early. And you would think in 2015, they have more advanced technology. There's no way he shouldn't have made it. Even after that, since I had awakenings and my dark night of the soul and different things like that, different ascensions and things, I realized that once my third eye started becoming active and the veil was lifted, I started seeing things differently. My third eye was more clear. I was able to now put more instances where the devil has really been coming for me by the people he put around me. It's not by design the people that we come in contact with. Every person we come across and come in contact with that's in our life in any function serves a purpose. For the chosen people, most time we're surrounded by karmic and low vibrational individuals. It's set up by design that way. That's why most of us are isolated and alone, because we're targets. You understand me? The devil has it out for us. You know why? Because we have pure hearts. You know, we can raise the vibration of the planet naturally just by simply existing. Lord forbid you get two of us in a cohabitation and we build a family. That just it's powerful. We're talking light and dark here. This is the time that we're living in. It has already been a divide. Light against dark. You know, everybody is in their prospective places, whether they realize it or not. Most do, though. Even the ones that's not on the good side of things, they know where they stand. Those are the ones that are so low vibrational, they don't care to change their ways. Especially the state that our world is in right now. There's so many tragedies going on, so many different things going on. You would think that everybody would be praying now. No. There's still a lot of people even mocking God, even doing away with the fact that a God does exist. You see it televised and publicized all the time. People that are meant to stand on the side of God are doing vile things in the shadows, to where your spiritual leaders most times can't be trusted because they have been compromised. We're in a very tricky time right now. And I know a lot of people are not going to, I'll probably get mocked in the comments. I don't mind as much. You know, I look at it these days as I'm very popular. For people to even want to respond to anything that I'm saying, it kind of flatters me a whole lot. Just little on me. I'm a nobody. I'm simply saying what's going on. I had to be a testament. I don't seek any accolades for this. I want to spark things in other people to where other people will see it and say, you know what, that makes perfect sense. And for those that ridicule and mock, that's fine. Because the information that you don't take, you're doing yourself a disservice. It doesn't bother me one bit. But the point that I was making is, it's hard on us, the chosen people that choose to stand and still will stand on the side of God. Whatever you subscribe to as being a higher power, because believe me, I don't care what you call God. The creator of this universe, the creator of all systems. When I say systems, is internally how your body works, how each organ coincides with the other. They work in tandem to have a functioning unit. The prospect of trees giving us oxygen so we can function out here and breathe. Only God can create such a thing. The different species of animals, even down to the number of teeth everything has in their mouth. Something came up with that. Came up with the makeup of it. Now, I know that human beings want to be God, and lots of them have God complex to where they're messing with things they should not. They're tampering with the system of things, and it should not be done. But that's neither here nor there. No man created all of this. So if you would be to think that any person, your will, is responsible for billions and billions, even before time, our time, no person created that. There's a God that created even the gods, Poseidon, Isis, all of them. There's a God that created even them. Now, the fact that all of our literature is so all over the place, a lot of it is in languages to be interpreted, and who's to say any human cannot be wrong? Maybe letters have been misinterpreted. No one knows, really. All we have is the interpretations of these literatures that have been around. So unless you are capable of being in a meditative state and connected to the spirit realm and to your creator, yourself, then you're out of touch. And you should not lean on what no man tells you. No man knows more than you, or knows more than you're capable of knowing. Now we have such a high level of witchcraft being done. We have moved so far away from God that it's ridiculous. We're under siege right now. How can no one see this? Like, it's really... Listen, the dark forces, the devil will use your trauma, your habits, anything that you're vying for against you. We are traumatized early on in life as children, so we'll be bound to those traumas. Because let me make it clear for you. A woman that has been mistreated and sexualized by men as a child, when she shouldn't even know anything about sex at such a young age, when she's perverted in that way, she grow up most times to be one or two things. Over-sexualized to where she's a whore and just sleep with anyone, at any time with no value. Or she goes the completely opposite way and gains a disdain and hate for the opposite sex, which is no better. And I'm not passing judgment on nobody. I'm using myself as an example, because I have began to put all this stuff in perspective. This stuff is meant to keep you bound so that you cannot elevate. You're going to be stuck in filth because it's comfortable. You have a desire for things that you probably shouldn't. We got people doing so many things that are outside of the box of what we remember in the 80s, 90s as normal sex. People are doing all types of things now. And the more and more and further away we get from God, the weirder and weirder it gets. It does. It's like it's almost no holds bars. Anything goes. When the veil was in place, we had a perimeter. We didn't go outside the box. Now, honestly, this world is demonic. It's overrun with demonic forces. It is. I put up a post earlier that only one person, only God will judge us. We're all sinners. Because we've all done a whole bunch of things we ain't had no business. And a whole lot of us is not trying to atone for those things that we know is wrong. No one has to tell us it's wrong. But you and you alone have to be accountable for yourself. Simply, I didn't know, it's not going to suffice. The devil is brilliant. Think about it. He get us young when we're vulnerable. We don't know any better. We're impressionable. We get adults that take advantage of that are sick in their mind because their avatar has been compromised already by whatever dark spirit or entity it holds. And with that, it's a gateway into that child to pervert the child, to grow up the child, to also will 9 times out of 10, if they don't break free of their trauma and that abuse, they will become the abuser. And it's a cycle that goes on and on and on and on. Right now, it's so rampant out here. People don't want to be alone and sit with themselves and deal with why they do things that they do. When in reality, it's not nobody's fault. First of all, the devil is an evil genius. Just think about it. He gets you when you're young. He traumatizes you. Then he binds you with those trauma. And he uses them against you over and over and over and over to where you hate what you see. And it almost becomes a serious perversion to where you begin to expand upon it. And it can go several different ways. You can become an abuser. Your mentality becomes viler and sicker. These are gateways. And for those that have light inside of them, man, he's never going to stop trying to get you. So you must build a resistance. You must pay attention. You must pull away. You must isolate. You must work on yourself. Because he's after you, man. You have a purpose to raise the vibration of the world so that darkness don't completely take over. You have a big part. And this is for whoever you subscribe to, because God said I'll be called by many names. He predicted it way before us. So I don't condemn nobody for what they call God. I don't care about that. Long as you believe in something. And even those that don't believe in God, that have bought into, we're the author and all of those things. Yes, we're in his image. Yes, we have powers when we're of high vibration. Yes, we can levitate. We can do all these magical things. But you have to be of such high vibration to even get there. Telekinesis, astral projection, and all these things, unless you're using dark magic, because all these things can be done also with dark magic. I'm not even getting into that, but there's a lot of that's going on too. Like I said, there's light and dark right now. Like, we're in the middle of something so profound, no one's paying attention. The devil is after us all. He wants us all in bondage and chains. Walking around, excuse my language, sucking and fucking. And bringing more children into this world for him to enslave. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, y'all. For real, wake up. Wake up. They have normalized sex so much to where it's common right now. No one is holding on to their virtue. Please wake up. Chosen ones. You have a purpose. You are needed. Man, you gotta stand on business. We in trouble out here. We damn near 10-0 right now. And we ain't on the winning side. I love you so much, y'all. Tighten up.